All right, ladies and gentlemen, here is what we've got going for today. All right, I know we've been working last week with a lot of stuff dealing with that lunchroom fight and looking at lunchroom fight sources, and I've been slowly looking at some things that have been turned in there, and we're doing a decent job with that. All right. But today, what we're going to do is we're going to get into something slightly different because there's something else, kind of skill that I need to teach you. And I know right now that you're probably looking at my class thinking, okay, we haven't really talked about actual United States history yet. And that is true. And I promise you that that is coming. It's just that the first couple weeks here, I'm trying to get you to introduce to some skills that we're going to be using a lot in class, like looking at sources. All right. I know we haven't looked at actual history sources. Here very soon, we're going to start looking at actual history sources. So that's why we're doing the lunchroom fight, is for you to understand how to look at different sources and be able to understand if the source is credible, and how context affects the source. All right. So for now, today, what we're going to look at is you all are going to practice a writing technique called claim, evidence, and analysis. And what happens here is essentially that is like a math equation where your claim, which is the answer to a question or a belief statement you have, your claim is going to equal. So your claim is equal to your evidence plus your analysis. All right, so it's a math equation. You need evidence plus analysis to equal a really solid claim. All right, and what evidence is here, as you can see, is the facts or statistics that support your claim, and analysis is kind of your own explanation that explains how your evidence supports your claim. All right, and we're going to use this type of writing a lot in class. Like often we will use this type of writing right here. So this is something that we are going to work on definitely throughout the entire year. All right, so I want to give you an example here really quickly of like claim, evidence, analysis writing. So what we have here is, let's start off with a claim. And a claim is just to say like that something is the case. It's to make a statement to answer a question. And I know this is not true this year with COVID. I did this last year, but just bear with me. Let's say that I think Iowa is going to be Iowa State in football this year. My wife at home, she's an Iowa State fan. I'm an Iowa fan, so we always kind of like go back and forth in that. Let's say that I think Iowa is going to beat Iowa State this year in football. I've made a claim, but my claim isn't very strong right now because it's just a claim. I'm just saying what I think is true. I don't have any evidence or analysis, which I need in order to make a really strong claim. So if I'm going to say Iowa is going to beat Iowa State this year in football, now I need to actually back that up with some sort of evidence and analysis. So let's do this. Let's say I got onto ESPN and I'm looking for evidence. And evidence is just like bodies of facts or information indicating how your belief is true. So what I have down here is I have looked up the ESPN statistics. They have what's called like football power index that shows how strong a team is. And Iowa is ranked number 23, as you can see in parentheses right here. Iowa State is ranked number 27. All right, so Iowa has a stronger football power index than Iowa State, which means that they have a better ranking based on statistics for ESPN than Iowa State. Also, if we look back here, these are the last a few times that Iowa has beaten Iowa State. All right, or I should say Iowa's played Iowa State. And as you can see, Iowa has actually won 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of the last 6 games that these two teams have played. And Iowa has won 44 times, and Iowa State's only won 22 times the times that these teams have played. All right. So that right there is my evidence, because it's not just my own opinion, but I actually am backing this up with ESPN statistics and past games. So this evidence is pretty strong. So my claim is becoming stronger because now not only do I just have a claim, all right, I also have some evidence to back it up. All right. So then what I need to do is I need some reasoning, or I should say not reasoning. This is analysis. I need some analysis on why do I think that my evidence is really, really strong. Well, I think my evidence is really, really strong because not only does Iowa have a better football team this year, and I can say that because ESPN's football power index, these statistics that I have brought up, all right, Iowa's also had more success recently and in the past while playing Iowa State. So Iowa's just won more games in the past. All right. So if I were to put all of this together on one thing, this would be my claim. All right, Iowa's going to beat Iowa State this year in football. then I have 3 pieces of actual evidence, 3 pieces of evidence that I can show anybody. I can go to ESPN and I can find this evidence. I can go to Wikipedia and I can find this evidence, or I can go to a website and find this evidence. And the same thing goes right here. Then what I do is I don't just put down my evidence. I also analyze my evidence and show like, hey, statistics from ESPN show based on math that Iowa has a better football team than Iowa State, because that's what this shows right here. Or my analysis proves this point right here. So essentially your analysis ties this piece of evidence back to your claim. All right. And I know this isn't necessarily going to be perfect. We're going to do the best we can. We're going to practice with this. And how we're going to practice with this is with a couple of what I'm going to call like murder mysteries that you're going to be reading through here shortly. All right. So now that you're done with this, what I want you to do is I want you to go ahead and get onto this claim evidence analysis practice Google Doc that I have posted under this classwork tab as well. Thanks.